Okay, today I want to present about introduction. Saudi Arabia is the largest country on the Arabian Peninsula and is well known for its oil resources and rich Islamic heritage. Under Vision 2030, the country has also strengthened its agriculture sector. That's phoenix. Dactylifera are one of its most important crops because of their nutritional, cultural, and religious value. And Saudi Arabia produced over 1.6 million metric ton of dates annually from more than 37 million date palm tree. Major production areas include Al-Qasim, Al-Ahsa, Al-Madinah, Riyadh, and Tabuk. Supported by a favorable climate, modern farming, and government initiative. The country exports dates to over 100 countries, contributing to employment, agriculture income, and non-oil exports. This study analyzes the application of microeconomic concept in Saudi Arabia by focusing on the date industry. It examines demand and supply, market equilibrium, elasticity, consumer behavior, and the theory of distribution, while evaluating how government policies, technology, and market force support the industry grow and Saudi Arabia economic diversification. That's all for introduction. Okay, so we go through to the type of economic system of Saudi Arabia. Okay, Saudi Arabia has a mixed economy where the government and private sector work together. Vision 2030 helps diversify the economy beyond oil. The government supports that farmer with irrigation, research, training, and financial aid to improve production. Private business produce and sell that's competition, improve quality, packaging, and innovation. So the government and private sector cooperation help the date industry grow, stay competitive, and support sustainable development. That's all for type of economic system.
So, thank you. I would like to continue the next slide. So, my name is Asli Midansha and I will be explain about the demand and supply analysis. So, in this slide, I will describe the factor of the demand and the supply. So, for the factor affecting demand, we have three. That is one, price of the dates. Higher price reduce demand while lower price increase demand. However, because dates are an essential food in Saudi Arabia, especially during Ramadan, demand remains relatively stable even when price rise. Number two is consumer income. Higher income increase demand for premium dates, while lower income leads consumers to choose more affordable varieties. However, dates remain a staple food regardless of income. Number three is religious and expert demand. Religious occasions like Ramadan, Hajj, and Umrah greatly increase demand for dates. Growing global demand for healthy foods has also boosted Saudi date exports. Let's go to the factor affecting supply. We have three. One is weather and climate conditions. Saudi Arabia's climate supports date farming, but extreme heat, drought, water shortage, pests, and climate change can reduce the supply of dates. Number two is cost of productions. Higher production costs reduce the supply of dates, while lower costs encourage farmers to produce and supply more. Number three is government support and technology. Government support and modern farming technology increase that productions improve quality. For the market equilibrium, as you can see in the slide, we have the diagram and the statistics. That is, we have price, the quantity demand, and the quantity supply. So the coffee market reaches equilibrium at a price of SAR 12 per kilogram, where the quantity demand and supply are both 1,300 kilogram. At SAR 8, demand is higher than supply, creating a shortage of 700 kg. At SAR 16, supply is higher than demand, creating a surplus of 700 kg. Market force adjusts the price until it reaches SAR 12, where buyers and sellers agree and the market is balanced. As you can see in the diagram, we have draw
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Hamis Asfar bin Hamidi. So now I will explain the price elasticity of demand for coffee in Saudi Arabia. So based on our calculation, the price elasticity of demand is 0.91. Since the absolute value is less than 1, the demand is relatively inelastic. This means that when the price of coffee changes, the quantity demanded changes by a smaller percentage. In other words, consumers will still continue to buy coffee even if the price increases. So now let's move on to the factors of elasticity of demand. First is consumer preference. Coffee is an important part of Saudi Arabian culture, especially traditional Arabic coffee, and also known as qahwa. In addition, the growing number of specialty coffee cafes has increased coffee consumption. This is because coffee is part of their lifestyle. People continue buying it even when prices increase. The second factor is the level of income. Saudi Arabia has relatively high average income, and coffee only takes up a small portion of household spending. So this shows that a small increase in coffee prices does not greatly affect consumers' purchasing decisions because most people can still afford it. Next, I will explain about the price elasticity of supply for coffee in Saudi Arabia. Based on our calculation, the price elasticity of supply is 0.63. So since the value is less than 1, the supply is inelastic. This means that when the price of coffee increases, the quantity supplied increases by a smaller percentage because producers cannot quickly increase production. Furthermore, there are also two main factors that affect the elasticity of supply. So the first factor is the time period. Coffee trees take around 3 to 5 years before they can produce a commercial harvest. So even if coffee prices increase today, farmers cannot immediately grow more coffee. This makes the supply inelastic in the short run. Besides, the second factor is production capacity. In Saudi Arabia, coffee production is mainly concentrated in the Jazan region, where suitable land and climate are limited. Although the government supports coffee farming through Saudi Vision 2030, expanding production requires more time, investment, and resources. Therefore, supply becomes more elastic only in the long run.
Now I will explain the consumer behavior. Consumer behavior refers to the factors that influence people when buying dates. Firstly, consumer buy dates based on price, quality, health, benefits, and culture. They will compare this factor before making a purchase. Secondly, many people choose dates because they are healthy and nutritious. Dates are rich in fiber, vitamins, and natural sugar, making them a popular healthy snack. Besides that, during Ramadan, Haji, and Umrah, the demand for dates increase because eating dates is part of Islamic tradition. This makes religion an important factor influencing consumer behavior. Good packaging, branding, and food safety also increase consumer confidence, especially more import dates. Consumers are more likely to buy products that look trustworthy and safe. Finally, when price increase due to inflation, consumer may switch to cheaper varieties of dates instead of stopping their purchase. In conclusion, consumer behavior for dates is mainly influenced by price, income, quality, health awareness, and religion values.
So right now I'm going to explain to you guys about theory of distribution in Arab Saudi. The theory of distribution explains how income is shared among land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurs. In the Saudi debt industry, landowners earn rent, workers receive wages, investors gain returns and entrepreneurs earn profit. And wages depend on the demand for workers, their skills and productivity. During harvest season, more workers are needed, so wages increase. Skilled workers and new technology help improve production and may lead to higher wages. And then government support through MEWA and Saudi Vision 2030 helps improve workers' skills and the debt industry. The industry creates jobs, increase income, and support Saudi Arabia's economy. And then we have factors influencing wage differences. So the first factors is skills. Skilled workers earn more as they improve production and reduce losses. The second factors is productivity. Workers who produce more or use modern equipment are more produce. The third factor is demand for labor. Demand rises in harvest season as more workers are needed. And the last factor is supply for labor. Supply rises in harvest season as more workers are needed. That's all from me.
In conclusion, the Saudi Arabian debts industry is a good example of how macroeconomic concepts work in a mixed economy. Demand and supply, production costs, weather, technology, and government policies and influence the debts market. The demand for debts remains strong because they are important for culture, religion, and health. At the same time, the Saudi government supports the industry through MEWA and Vision 2030, helping farmers improve productivity, technology, and export. Overall, the debts industry creates jobs, increase income, strengthens food security, and contributes to Saudi Arabia economic growth will reducing independence on oil. Thank you. That's all from our group.